Have you ever experienced a few shots out the heel generally?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm overly consistent, right? Not many, to be fair, not many go off to the left. It is
More to the right.
more to the right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you feel you've got a definitive understanding why that happens? You've done it ever since you played, right?
Yeah, so it's getting that, I think it's coming in, out from in.
Yep.
That's putting the spin on the ball.
To the right.
To the right.
Okay. Anything else? Just the path that's the problem?
It might be the ball being not forward enough.
Okay. Okay.
And then just having this open and like my grip, I sort of like changed my grip and it's never really felt
Comfortable.
So
Okay. What have you changed about it?
Well, it was very much in the
palm
and it's gone into the fingers.
Of the left hand. Okay. Yeah.
I just don't know if everyone talks about like having these two knuckles.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if I do that, sometimes I get over too strong on that, and then it does shoot off to the left.
Okay, fine. Ooh, nice strike there, Paul. Nice strike. And out on the golf course, do you tend to hit it fat or thin?
I'm not quite sure.
On the golf course, do you hit the ground first, or do you tend to top it?
Ground first, usually.
Ground first.
Yeah, as opposed to top.
Yeah.
Unless I'm using woods, and then it's top all the way.
Top, fine. Just hit two more, and then I'm going to talk you through it. How often do you practice, Paul?
I was like maybe 2 times a week. Like the weather's like a bit grim, and I've just changed my job, so I'm driving up to Luton every day at the moment, which doesn't really give me the time that it used to.
Yep.
When I work from home, I'll try and get over to Silvermere, Hoebridge, or Sunbury if at a push, but Sunbury's not the greatest. But yeah, a couple of times a week I try and get on the driving range.
Very good. Well, I think you said at the start that you're not much of a ball striker.
Yeah.
I think you've hit some lovely. I mean, that particularly was a super strike, bent to the right.
Yeah.
Your nemesis, which you will be leaving with a draw. Yeah. There is no two ways about that. But of course, when you hit a strike like that or create a strike like that, and you see it bend to the right, your very next shot will be all about trying to fix that ball bending to the right, which will result in, if it does go straighter, it might result in a straighter shot, but it will usually create a worse contact.
Right.
The golfer is always fighting direction to get it straight, and then the strike comes secondary. We don't want to lose golf balls. That's our number one priority, hitting it straight. And then when we're fed up with hitting it straight and striking it poorly, we then strike it well, and then we lose a golf ball. So you're caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. So I would say you are a good striker with the golf ball. It's the fact that the ball bends to the right that puts you off striking it well.
Right. Okay.
Makes sense. Just hit me two more.
So
I'm just going to load.
Fault,
yeah.
right?
Sorry.
So it's the ball's fault.
100% of the balls. It's definitely not your fault. It's definitely not your fault. Another really nice strike. Managed to square that one up. Did you try anything different on that one, Paul?
Yeah, just try to pull it around a little bit.
The grip?
Yes.
At address?
Yeah.
And then you felt the club face close over on you.
Yeah.
Very good. Lovely stuff. All right. So I've taken a couple of clips of us on the screen here, but first of all, I'm going to talk you through the TrackMan data.
Okay.
First things first, I only ever have up 4 data points. The attack angle, which is telling us how much the club head's hitting down on the golf ball or hitting up on the golf ball. When the ball is on the floor, we need to have some sort of down strike so that we can get balled in tough. this value on the left-hand side is a positive value. We need it to be negative. Okay. A positive value means that the club head is striking up on the golf ball at the moment of impact. Okay. Obviously, off a tee, that works out nicely, yes. Not so well off of the ground, particularly this time of year when the lies are muddy and the grass is a little bit longer, yeah. It doesn't end well. That's where you can have a great session on the range, on a mat, yeah, and then go out on the golf course and it's poxy. Yeah. Yeah. The path line is outside in, which you mentioned earlier. Yeah. The path is outside in 2.4, so the club head is travelling to the left at 2.4. Okay. And you said at the start, I asked you, what's the cause of your ball bending to the right? And you said definitively that the path outside in, yeah. Is the error. But we can see on this shot here, the ball's not hit the target, but your path is outside in, and the ball has had a bend to the left. Yeah. So therefore, the path being the problem is incorrect. Okay. It's actually the face in relation to the path that's the problem. Right. And so we've got the next box along is the face angle. This is telling us whether the face angle is pointing to the left or to the right of the target at the moment of strike. Your face was pointing to the left at 2.9 degrees. Right. Okay. The final box gives us the value of the face's relationship to the path. So for this particular shot, your club path has been to the left at 2.9 degrees. Right. Your face angle was pointing to the left at 2.9 degrees. Right. The gap between the path and the face was 0.5 of a degree. Right. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
All of the time the face looks to the left of the path, we'll see a negative value. Right. All of the time we see a face look to the right of the path, we'll see a positive value. Okay. And in nuts and bolts terms, negative value means the ball's bent left, positive value means the ball is bent right.
So most of mine are positive.
Absolutely. So therefore, when I click up on the left-hand side here, and I can isolate your face to path value, I know that that ball there has bent to the left. I know that that ball's bent a little bit to the right, and then that one's bent quite a long way to the right. Yeah. Not so much, quite a bit, yes. Bend to the left. Okay. So we know that the first and the last club path, face to path value were negative. When I click on club path, if I can find it, we can see that every swing you did, your club path was negative. Yet your ball bending in the sky were all very different. So you can see that your path line was almost as reliable as death and taxes. Yeah. Down the left, between 1 and 3 degrees, yeah. But yet look at the dispersion of your golf shots. Yeah. So when I now click on your face angle, look at the disparity between your face angle. -3, open 0.7, yeah. Open 7.5, 6.4, 7.3, closed 2.9. Yeah. So between shot 14 and 15, that's a 10-degree face angle difference, which is why we see a ball draw to the left and slice to the right. Yet the path was the same. Okay. And so therefore we need to understand categorically the path is not the error, the face angle is. Okay. Yeah. So that's part of the picture. We need to make that face to path value more negative. There's another value up there, the attack angle that we can see on the left hand side. Yep. That's a positive value. That means that we're hitting up on the ball. We need to get that down as well. But from the start, the get-go, we need to make that face-to-path value negative all of the time. All of the other numbers will be much easier to change all of the time that face-to-path value is in a better order. Okay? Great. I'm going to show you what we're going to do to change that. So from a setup perspective, posturally, wonderful. Okay. Wonderful. I'm a bit of a setup pervert. Okay. If we're not right, it's like building a house on clay. It's not going to end well. We need to make sure that the setup is in a really good spot. So I'm always looking for a relationship of a spine angle to a club shaft of close to 90 degrees. It's not quite there, but this is more than adequate within a window.
Okay.
Because what I'm trying to do, when someone comes in that has had a bout of the heel strikes and has got a slice they've never cured, I want to make sure that I cherry pick the absolute biggest bang for the buck in your golf game that's going to leave you with a draw, make you feel like the game has never looked so bright.
Perfect.
So the down the line perspective, we're in great shape.
Okay.
From face on, equally with how you're standing to it, fabulous. The one error that we've got there, and it's quite a biggie and it's quite unusual, is that your left hand is excellent, your right hand is the problem child.
Oh, okay.
The right hand, because the left hand is strong, which is good,
Yeah.
how I like to see it, but because your right hand is strong, if you actually made your right hand do the right thing, you would hit the golf ball so far left that it might come around and whack you on the back of the nut. So what you've done is you've actually figured out a way to offset a super hook grip, which has made some things in your golf swing take place to stop the ball going left.
Okay.
Because if someone said to you, have a look at this grip, where's this guy going to hit it?
Yeah.
A trained eye would say, probably going to have a bit of the shanks and hit it right, only because the grip is so strong that that's what tends to happen. But for the masses, they'd say, well, it must be a hooker because he's got a super strong grip. But when it gets that strong,
Right.
you hold the face open on the way through. And when we hold the face open on the way through, what happens is that the club gets pushed away from us in the same way as we would with cricket. We push the handle away to open the face up. And when we do that, that's why the heel gets presented to the golf ball.
Right.
So what we need to do, first of all, is change the way that right hand looks. I'm not going to go into the swing just now, because what can sometimes happen is I can change that grip and it's like getting all the cherries up on the fruit machine. It all lights up and off we go. So if I can say as little as possible to keep it fresh in the mind, to swing away, I will do. So just to start with, I'm just going to put the right hand in a different spot, let you hit some, see how you go, and then we'll evaluate from there.
Great.
Brilliant. So, if you set up to that golf ball just in your usual way for me. Wonderful. Lovely stuff. And then take that right hand away. And then what we're going to do, with the bottom of the club, we're going to get it to sit through that part of your hand.
Oh, okay.
And then this part here is going to sit on top. So now all of a sudden, the palm of the right hand now sits more facing the floor.
Oh, wow.
Very good. And so what happens, this interlock that you've got, or overlap, interlock, it feels like it's way less compared to what you're used to with it being super interlocked.
Yeah.
So nice full swings for me. Very good. Well done. Nice full swings for me, all the way through. Nice job. How's that feeling?
Yeah, odd.
Where does it feel most odd? In the back swing or the through swing or both?
Just in the grip. Like,
so when you're actually swinging, it doesn't feel too bad?
feels fine.
Great.
It's just like my fingers don't feel in the right place.
Lovely. All right, let's see you hit one. So what I've done is I've set up a new tag on the screen. So what will happen is you'll have a different colour tracer.
Okay.
All that's doing is setting a new set of numbers so that we've got something to reflect upon the changes that I've made to you.
Okay.
So set yourself up. Good stuff. So left hand's excellent, right hand slipped around as it usually does because it just finds some comfort back to where it was. Lovely stuff.
And my fingers just feel very congested at the back.
Yeah, so this here feels like it's barely on.
Yeah.
These fingers can slide down the club a little bit more, and then that right hand can sit a bit more on top like so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There we go. Feel a bit better?
Yeah.
Perfect. Good. Lovely, good. Now what we're going to do is just pop that ball a fraction further forwards. Good. So that right hand still wants to come a bit more on top. Super.
Like that.
That's it. Very good. Super. All right. Away you go, Paul. Good job. So, your club path on that shot was from the inside at 1 degree.
Yeah.
Remember, every single swing you've made so far, when I pull up on the screen here, your club path, minus, 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 minus. All I've done is changed your right hand. Your club path has now gone to a positive value.
Yeah. Should have come 5 years ago, shouldn't
Yes, you should have done. Yes, you should have done. And your face to path on average was open at 5.3 degrees. That last shot, it was dead straight at 0.6. Very good. Super. Lovely. Good. So ball still needs to go just a fraction further forwards. That's good. Super. Lovely stuff. Wonderful. Great. Lovely. Super. Excellent stuff. All right. And away you go. Well done. Well done. So a little bit on the thin side on that one.
Yeah.
Look at the club path again for me. Positive 2.8. Yeah. Club face now closed 9.8.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
If it goes too much hook, it's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
It's a good thing, because if it starts to go too much to the left, it then allows me to change the other value, the attack angle, to balance it back out.
Right, okay.
So wherever the ball ends up, you just do your thing and I'll just keep on working on you until it goes straight.
Right, okay.
Yeah, don't you worry about that. Good. So ball a little bit further forward still. Lovely stuff, Paul. Good. So still a little bit more in the fingertips. There we go, good. And then the right hand on top.
Sorry.
There,
Like
so,
that.
there we go. So it feels like the palm's looking down the top of the club there. That's it. Lovely. Cool. A bit more on top there. Perfect. Just hold it there for me, Paul. Just going to get a video of that. 1 second. Lovely stuff. Okay, and away you go. Good job. Good job. Little thin. Good. Another good club path. Good. So ball still needs to go a little further forwards. Lovely stuff. Open your hand up. Close the fingers on. Feels awfully weak, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not holding it at all.
That's what it feels like, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Just hold it there for me. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, and away you go. Nice job. Excellent. Lovely. Open the hand up. You see how it went back in?
Okay. Just there.
Just there. Good. It's like, are you sure, Stuart?
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody's ever said that before. Good. Lovely. Good. Super. Pop the ball a little bit further forwards in your stance. That's it. Good stuff. Nicely done. Nicely done. Away you go. Good job. Yeah, well done. Well done. Yep, excellent. Super. So, you've hit 6 shots with that right hand grip. This is where we were before. So your angle of attack was 2.2. Your angle of attack now has actually got worse, 3.9. The reason why it's got worse is because I've now put the golf ball in the right place. You notice how I keep on pushing it forwards? Now the reason why you have your ball back in your stance is because when a golfer is up on the ball, moving the ball back in the stance gives the golfer a chance of actually hitting down on it. But of course, if you're creating an error and then layering it with another error, that's not going to work out too well. Your path line has gone from being negative outside in at 2.6, and now your club path has now gone from the inside at 1.3. Okay. Your face to path value was open at 5.3. I've now made your right hand feel super weak, and now your face to path value is now negative 3.1. So I've made you weaker, but I've made you stronger because this allows you to move differently. And so without inspiring any other thought, stand there, draw. You are in the majority that this creates a draw when you've been holding it the way you are. Because the way you have moved the handle with that grip would make you feel like you might bounce it off this right hand wall there. Let's have a little look at the strike. The contact point is much the same. It's a little bit on the heel side. We've got a little bit of a highlight there that we have hit a couple more toe side, but hopefully we'll get that happening a little bit more in a moment. So everything moved nicely in the right direction there. So let me show you what we're going to do now, Paul. All making sense so far? Simple change really to make a very different set of principles with the ball flight.
It's going to take some more to get used to that.
No doubt, and absolutely. The difference is, Paul.
I don't want to be. I had the tendency of really gripping this tight and then tensing up, and then so they gave me these bigger grips.
So here's
I just feel myself very really holding it.
So here's the thing: anytime a golfer has left the club face open at strike, their grip will be off the charts tight because you're trying to wrestle the face back to straight. Anyone that's ever hooked the golf ball and had too much bend to the left, their grip would be inclined to be much lighter than the guy or girl that slices it. So the grip pressure goes hand in hand with your slice and heel strike. So for me to say, or a coach to say, grip the club lighter is like, I'm really going to do that because I've got a lot on my plate here to try and... So the grip pressure, as you get better, will start to back off. And when power starts to come at you because the striking gets better and you don't battle the slice anymore, I promise you, your hands will start to let go of the wheel a little bit more. So you can think about gripping the club light, but let me tell you, if the brain wants to hold on tight because it's seeing something it doesn't like, she's going to hold on tight, baby. So don't occupy your mind with it. If you're tight, you're tight. But honestly, that will back off without question. So what we've got now, so we've got the new grip on the right hand side now.
Completely different, isn't it?
So very different with where the V points. Left hand's excellent. The V on the right hand side is pointing up nearer your right shoulder, right ear. Sorry, left shoulder, left ear. Some would say that that's a little on the weak side, but I'd much rather it be that side because what I'm about to do is to inspire even more draw. Now, as we start to make a backswing, we need to understand that the base of the swing, which is a circle, a lot of the bottom of the swing is controlled by where your legs move in a backswing and in a downswing. Now you spoke earlier about how you don't have twist in your backswing, and we can see that as you start to move the golf club back, we see how your body moves off the golf ball. Can you see the gap that you've opened up here? Got a little bit of a heel lift and you've shifted onto the right side. What this does, it's the equivalent of you moving your circle back the same amount as you've moved your hip. And so this gap and this gap correlate, and what it does is you're going to hit the ground first, and then what you're going to do is you're going to strike the ball on this upward curve of the circle, which is the angle of attack at 3.9 down. So what I need to do is make your red circle meet the yellow circle in your backswing.
Yeah.
Okay? Here's what we're going to get.
It's mad, you didn't even notice that I lifted my
left heel.
I'm so conscious, try not to lift that, and it just does it.
When you've got as much energy moving off the golf ball in your backswing, these idiosyncrasies are just gonna go. Yeah. So what we're going to get you to do is we're going to get you to set up to the golf ball, or an imaginary golf ball with this Swiss ball on your left hip. And what I want you to do before you get moving is I'm going to use your right foot, and I'm just going to get you to push into the Swiss ball. Club's not moving, you're not rotating. All I'm going to get you to do is get that right foot and get yourself to push into the Swiss ball to start with. Then what I'm going to get you to do is make a backswing as usual, but you're going to keep the Swiss ball up on the wall and roll it along. And then when you get to the top, you're going to do exactly the same as you just rehearsed, and that's squeeze the Swiss ball. Okay, so come back on the ball here. So set yourself up just in your usual manner with that super new grip that you've got now. Lovely stuff. Lovely. Now what I want you to do is just squeeze the Swiss ball, but don't move. Lovely. Can you feel the amount of energy that's going through your right foot to push into the Swiss ball? So come back to the start, push into it. Can you see how you're pushing with your right foot?
Yeah. I don't know if I am, that's the trouble.
I'm
just leaning with my left, if that makes sense.
The only way you can move left is by pushing on the foot. The reason being is because the Swiss ball's got air in it. And the more you squeeze the Swiss ball, the more the Swiss ball is pushing back. And the only way you can push into it is by using the right foot.
Okay.
Good. So now make a backswing and stop for me. Hold it there. And what we're then going to get you to do is roll the Swiss ball along the wall. Hold it there. Don't move, just squeeze the Swiss ball. Perfect. Excellent. If I was to now take the Swiss ball away, all of the weight would dump itself on your left foot, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Come back to the start for me. Very good. Hold it there. 1 second. Now what I want you to do exactly the same up to the top of the backswing. Roll the Swiss ball more towards, yeah, that's wonderful, wonderful. And again. See if you can roll the Swiss ball as you go up this time. Ah, that's wonderful. And as you're doing it, squeeze in the Swiss ball. Amazing. That's amazing. Can you feel the right foot working this time?
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Roll the Swiss ball more towards my hand for me. Amazing. Good job. Good on you. Fantastic, Paul. Now come back on the mat for me. Great job. How did that feel?
Yeah.
All good with the knee?
Yeah, it felt fine. Yeah.
Great news. Great news. Set yourself up to the ball for me. How's that right hand grip feeling?
Yeah, okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Now what I want you to do is imagine that this is the Swiss ball. Make a backswing and stop for me. Squeeze it more. There you go. Good man. Back to the start. Back and stop. Amazing. Back to the start. 1 second. Top man. Just a fraction further away from the golf ball for me. Good job. 1 second. 1 second. Pop the ball a fraction further forwards in your stance. Lovely stuff. Good. One more rehearsal. Back to the start. And away you go. Good job. So now, look at the club path that's now gone 5.6 from the inside.
Yeah.
And that's because when I move your red circle more to the yellow circle, you'll start to hit more on this part of the circle. Now, if you can imagine that the circle is angular like this, the more you hit,
things where you have to roll it up.
right, absolutely, the explainer. Yeah. The more you hit on this part of the circle, you're approaching it more from the inside, aren't you?
Yeah.
Great. So have another little setup to a ball. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Good job.
So it is almost like a lean.
A lean forwards.
A lean
100%.
over
100%.
Because it's mad, isn't it? You're always told to keep your head down, don't move and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. The worst thing you could ever inspire someone to do, name me a sport where you keep your head still.
Yeah.
Other than shooting.
Yeah.
So, set yourself up to an imaginary golf ball this time for me. Make sure that right hand's on top. Good job. So now what I want you to do is make a little practice swing. Make a back swing and stop. Squeeze the Swiss ball a bit more. Hold it there. Now what I want you to do is swing through, miss the backboard and hit the mat. Amazing. What did you say you play off?
What, handicap?
Yeah.
Oh, don't know. 20s, I would have thought.
Okay. If you are not sub 15 by the end of the year, you can come and ask for your money back. Okay. Because honestly, you move really well. You move really well. Right hand more on top. Good job. Bit further away from the golf ball for me. If you shuffle your feet, there we go. That's perfect. That's all good. So another little rehearsal for me. Swiss ball. Good man. Back to the start. And away you go. So you could just hear the difference between the rehearsal and the shot. Yeah. You could see that the backboard just got clipped. Yes. Having said that, you can start to see that your path line is from the inside. Yeah. The attack angle starting to improve. The face to path value in a good spot. Yeah. Excellent job. Really good. Really good. So I'm going to place that ball there. You're going to set up just on the inside. Beautiful with the grip. Excellent. Now what I want you to relate is where you strike the ground will determine how much pressure you put in the Swiss ball in your backswing. Okay. Right-handed putt touch more on top. Very good. So the more pressure you put in the Swiss ball on the way back, the more chance you have of missing the backboard on the way through. Oh, okay. Make sense?
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Full swing?
On the ball? Or
without
not?
The ball. Great job. Great job. Have a little rehearsal again. So you're just going to go back, swing and stop. Great stuff. Back to the start. Then set yourself up to the ball. Good job. Right hand a touch more on top. Great stuff. And away you go. Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Sorry. No sorry's needed. That was brilliant. Great backswing. Great backswing. Same again. Excellent with the grip. Touch more right hand on top for me. Go on, a bit more. Now you stand a bit more to the right of the ball. The other right.
Oh, of course.
No, you're all good. You're all good. Right hand on top. Super stuff. Great. Now make a backswing and stop for me. Good stuff. Back to the start. Okay, and away you go. What a strike that was. Wonderful. Wonderful. How'd that feel?
Yeah, it felt nice. Sounded nice.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Great stuff. Touch more right hand. Lovely. Stand more to the right of the golf ball. Very good. Back and stop. Pressure into the Swiss ball on the way back. Very good. Back to the start and away you go. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Don't you worry about that. Very good. Very good. Good job. Hold it there. Yeah, back to it 1 second. Just give yourself a little bit more of a gap between backboard and that's it. Pressure into the Swiss ball on the way back and swing through. Good. And again, all the way through. Good job. See if you can get the ground on the way through. Right hand a bit more on top. Good job. Pressure into the Swiss ball. Good job. Good job. Lovely stuff. Right hand more on top. Lovely. Pressure into the Swiss ball, and away you go. More pressure into the Swiss ball for me. Have a little practice swing. Right hand a touch more on top. Very good. Pressure into the Swiss ball. Yep, and get the mat for me on the way through. Go on, really reach out for that mat for me. Hold it there for me. Set yourself back up. Good, super. Hold it there, lift the club head up. Good, hold it there. Push down on my hands. Push down, keep pushing, keep pushing. That's how you hit the floor.
Okay.
Not
okay.
Push down on me. Push, push, push on me. Go on, lean
Oh,
on me. Yeah, lean on my hands. That's it, super. That's how you're going to hit the floor.
Oh, okay.
So now have another practice swing. Back and stop. Yeah, good. Back to the start. Now all the way through. Well, now, but I know it's like, oh, but can you now have a sense how you immediately got the ground?
Yeah.
You were trying to hit the ground before, couldn't feel it.
Yeah.
Because golfers in general feel hitting the floor with that end, and it needs to be at that end.
Yeah, okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Set yourself back up. Back swing into the Swiss ball, hit the mat for me. And again. Lovely, lovely stuff. Feeling a bit more dynamic?
Yes.
Feel like there's a bit more going on?
Yeah, very much so.
Good. Great stuff. Ball a little bit further forward, stand more to the right. Use that. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Great. 1 second. 1 second. Into the Swiss ball, and away you go. Good job. So all that's lacking is a little bit more pressure into the mat.
Okay.
Now look at the data points. 3.2 down. The path line from the inside at 3.6. Your club face is now closed to your path at 2 degrees.
Yeah.
So previously you had a path to the left and a face to the left that was buffering between being slightly close to your path line and a long way open to your path line. Now we've moved your path from over here to this direction. And I've now moved your club face to the left of your path, which is why your ball has started right and now drawn back.
Yeah. Okay.
The important thing is I've not once talked to you about where you're trying to swing the club.
No.
All I've asked you to do is move differently.
Yeah.
Rolling the Swiss ball, which has changed the way your body rotates, and I'll show you in a minute. Yeah. And what you're starting to sense through your feet, and the logical sense that if I move more towards my target, I'll start to miss the backboard. And then when you start to miss the backboard, you feel like you can almost pressure the ball.
Yeah.
All of the time you then start to see the ball creating the same ball flight. You put trust in movement and not trust in trying to just make it all line up at the strike. Yeah. Let's have another go.
And my distance from the ball's okay and everything?
Absolutely, got no issue with that at all. At this moment in time, Paul, we're trying to get right to the top of the pile of the changes that will make the biggest impact.
Yeah.
Sure, there's a little bit of adjustment that can go on, but you are within a window. Within a window that's going to work line shape. Yeah. The better, slightly better posture, slightly better adjustments there might make ball striking just another level up. But when someone has got a club face that is going like this through strike, there's bigger fish to fry. Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. Fabulous, good. Push down. That's the pressure on the ball.
Okay.
Right, back to the start. 1 second, 1 second. Lovely stuff. And away you go for me. Lovely, lovely. So again, path line from the inside at 1.8.
Yeah.
Face was closed to the path. The angle of attack wasn't quite down enough.
No.
We need more pressure in the Swiss ball.
Okay. Okay.
On the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Little rehearsal, back and stop. Yeah, well done. Good job. And away you go. Oh. Beautiful. Beautiful. More pressure, more down, more attack angle.
Yeah.
Is that not feeling like
there's
there's a bit more going in? It wasn't about the fact that it's working, but it's feeling more dynamic. It's feeling like when you're looking up on the golf ball, it's now got a chance of moving in the bend that you want to see, rather than the one that you're used to seeing, which is a slice out to the right there. Yeah. Lovely stuff. Good. Just a touch more with the right hand. Good job. Okay. Let's just see you rehearse that backswing and stop for me. Back and stop. Bit more left for me. Yeah, lovely stuff. Good. Back to the start. And away you go. Lovely. Fabulous. Fabulous. It feels like you're desperate to find out how far that's gone.
I'm not too worried, actually.
I am, because I want to show you. 163 yard carry, 172 yard total. Your averages with your 7-iron again. Let's find the furthest straightest one. That was your furthest straightest one. 165, 176. Yeah, now the reason why that's gone that far is because the ball is drawn. So you can see the draw shot will always make the ball go further. That one there and that one there are the furthest shots because the ball has got right to left bend. When the ball's got left to right bend, you have more loft on the club, more spin on the club. Yeah. Ball goes less distance. So that's why when you've now got the lion's share of your shots starting to draw, and then you start to look at that dispersion, this one out here is at 163, but then when we look at the shot itself, it's now started down the right of target, path from the inside, face to path negative, and you've got some down strike. Yeah. And then you add that to a decent strike point, we're going to be able to play the game from there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that's our strike point, and you can start to see that we're starting to usher the contact point more out towards the toe rather than being so much towards the heel. Yeah.